Hello guys, welcome to Bake by Philo. So today I'll be teaching you how to make samosa and spring roll wrapper. So both of them are the same. They are made from the same recipe. The only difference is that it is shaped differently. Okay, so this is a very easy method and it calls for about just 4 ingredients. You understand? So here I have my flour, I have my sugar, my salt, and my vegetable oil, then my water. All right, okay, 5 ingredients then. So before we start, I'm going to be showing you how to measure your flour in cups, because this recipe calls for measurement in cups. All right, so most people, when they measure their flour, they tend to pack it and maybe use their hand to level it. No, how you measure your flour is this: you get you get your cup, your measuring cup, then you get another container that you can use to scoop the cup from the bowl, then you gently drizzle it in. You get, and then you level it off. So this is 1 cup of flour, original 1 cup of flour. You understand? If you pack it this way, if you pack it, this is not 1 cup of flour, because it's going to weigh more if you put it in the scale than this one. You understand? So this is the way to go. I hope you guys can see this. Then you level off. So for this recipe, we are going to be needing 2 cups of all-purpose flour, and to that I'm going to be adding 1 teaspoon of salt and 1/4 cup of sugar. You can reduce the sugar, but I like my samosa wrapper to be a bit more tasty, but you can reduce the sugar if you want, or even leave it out totally. Some people leave it out totally. And to that I'm going to be adding 2 tablespoons of oil, vegetable oil. And make sure your hands are clean. I'm going to give that a stir. Okay, to this recipe you can equally add some nutmeg or cinnamon, depending, you get, on your own taste, and you can also flavor it. So to that, okay, I'm going to eyeball the water. I'm going to just add enough to form a dough. So I'm going to start with little. The dough has to be strong so that you can be able to roll it out. I'm just going to give it a little knead. Just a drop more. I'm just going to combine that well. So I'm going to allow this to rest for about 5 minutes before I start shaping and rolling it out. So the dough has been resting for about 5 minutes. If your dough is too sticky, you can easily add some more flour and knead it out. All right, this dough is very forgiving. Okay, so here's our dough. I'm not going to divide this to get to form it into balls. All right, you can weigh each of the balls, but I'm just going to eyeball it to get. So the big balls, I'm going to use it to form the samosa, while the small ones I'm going to use it to form the spring rolls, because 1 ball for the samosa can get me 2 samosa wrappers, while that of spring roll is just 1. You can equally just pinch it off, you get. So just make sure that they are, the ones for the spring rolls, they are basically even, and the ones for the samosas are even as well. I'm just going to roll it out into a ball. And then I'll start the rolling out process. So now I'll start rolling out, and here is how you do it. First of all, make sure that there's some flour on the base. Be sure it is round enough so that it can form a nice circle. And with my rolling pin, I'm going to roll this out flat, but not too flat, depending on the size of your ball. This size is okay. Hope you guys can see this. So I'm going to keep that aside, then take my pastry brush and some oil. I'm going to brush this with oil, right, and sprinkle some flour, and then I'll do another one the same size as this other one. Place it directly under. Repeat the same process. Make sure it's well oiled, but not too oiled. If there is excess oil, you can easily clean it out. Then sprinkle it again with flour. Okay, the same thing. So you keep repeating this process until all of them is rolled out and placed on top of each other. The tip I'm going to give you here is don't stack more than five wrappers on one stand. Okay, if you stack more than 5 and you try to roll it out and heat it up, it might get messy and it might not really come out. So take it from someone that have had her fair share of failed attempts. So this method can start. This is the third one. I'm going to do another one in another. That's 5. So don't stack more than 5 on the stand. Alright, so I finished stacking all of them, and so I'm going to roll it out now. So I'll start little. Note how I'm rolling it. I'm not forcing it, but I'm gently rolling it. You understand? So you roll it out as you're rolling it out, make sure that the size can enter your non-stick pan that you're using to heat it up, or any other pan. Sometimes you can use the cover of a big pot to heat it up, or a griddle pan, or anything at all that won't stick to it, but will heat it up. So this size is okay. I'm going to roll the other one. So I'm done rolling out all of them. I'm going to head over to the stove and heat it up. So I just want to show you the light, the heat, that you should keep it at. You understand? So it's actually low. You understand? And here is the pot. This is my non-stick pan that I'm going to place the wrappers on to heat. So I'm just going to heat it up. You should be flipping it up upside down continuously to make sure that no part is burning, and to also get everywhere heated up perfectly. So if it's too hot, you can lift it up with the help of anything at all. As you can see, once it gets enough heat, it will start peeling off on its own, so you can easily remove it. If it's peeling off but it's not coming out totally, know that it's not done. You have to heat it up. If the pan is getting too hot, you can turn off the heat completely and let the one that is already there cook the stuff. So that's how it's done. You keep doing it until you peel out all of them. It can get very, very hot. Very, very hot. So just have that in mind. Nothing good comes easy. So I'm done with the wrappers. I'm not going to trim them out. Okay, so these bigger ones, I'm going to be using it to make samosa wrappers, because I'm going to divide it. I'm going to be using this fondant roller. The samosa wrappers, I like to make them rectangular though. I don't like to make mine too thin, because if you make it too thin, the samosas will come out too tiny. So I like to add some space to it. It mustn't really be perfect, but at least whatever is worth doing good is worth doing. Okay, how do they even say that? Whatever is worth doing is worth doing well, right? So that's it. I'm going to trim out the edges, and we are done. So this is your samosa wrappers, right? Then for the spring roll has to be square. I'm going to be shaping these ones into spring roll. Okay, let me leave out this one. So basically square, right? Something that looks like square. Alright, so this is it. This is your spring roll wrappers. Okay, so I'm not going to show you how to prepare your filling and fill.